Welcome to those discovering Dover Den History Channel for the first time, and welcome back to those building it with us. This is Dover Den History, where every day we explore the history behind every law, every leader, and every event that shaped America, and the legacy that makes it unforgettable. Let's begin. In 1917, a quiet protest began outside the White House. No chants, no violence, just women holding signs demanding a voice. At the center stood Alice Paul, unshaken, unyielding, and ready to challenge the president himself. In 1917, as America fought its First World War, a quiet protest began outside the White House. Women stood in silence, holding banners that quoted President Wilson's own words about democracy. They were the Silent Sentinels, members of the National Women's Party. Their message, if democracy is worth fighting for in Europe, it must be delivered to women in America. At the center stood Alice Paul. Raised in a Quaker family, she believed in equality. In Britain, she marched with suffragettes, endured arrest, hunger strikes, and forced feedings. She brought those tactics home because polite petitions had failed. In 1917, Paul organized the first ever picket of the White House. Day after day, women stood in silence, just banners and resolve. On October 20th, Alice Paul was arrested. The charge, obstructing traffic. Her real offense, holding a sign that read, "Mr. President, how long must women wait for liberty?" She was sentenced to 7 months in a grim Virginia prison known for filth, rats, and abuse. Paul declared a hunger strike. The government responded with forced feeding. A tube shoved down her throat, liquid poured into her stomach. She vomited, choked, and was restrained. Officials threatened to declare her insane, but Alice Paul didn't break. Word got out. Journalists exposed the abuse. The image of educated women being tortured for asking to vote shocked the nation. The National Women's Party launched a media blitz. Alice Paul became a symbol, not just of suffrage, but of resistance. In January 1918, President Wilson endorsed the suffrage amendment. 2 years later, the 19th Amendment was ratified. Alice Paul's suffering had accelerated history, but she didn't stop there. In 1923, she drafted the Equal Rights Amendment, a bold proposal to guarantee full legal equality for women. She spent the next 5 decades fighting for its passage. Congress passed the ERA in 1972, but it stalled in the states. As of 2025, it's still not part of the U.S. Constitution. Alice Paul's vision remains unfinished. Her amendment is still waiting. She died in 1977 at age 92. She never stopped. Her legacy lives in every courtroom, every ballot box, and every protest where equality is demanded. On October 20th, 1917, Alice Paul was arrested for standing too close to power, holding a sign that asked, "Mr. President, how long must women wait for liberty?" Her conviction cracked the walls of power, and the Equal Rights Amendment she started, it's still being battled amongst the states. So here's a question for everyone. What does it say about our country that her fight still isn't finished? Thank you for watching. This is Dover Den History, your daily history moment. See you next time. If you liked today's video, give it a like. Subscribe to join the ranks and keep the archive growing. Comment so we know that you enjoyed or didn't. Thanks for being part of the Dover Den History Regiment, where history is remembered even if others have forgotten.
Born to raise hell, it's a family tradition.